gamers and gentlefolk, hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm going to be your host, The Sound, and today we're doing a quick look back at last week's NGS action. We're going to be headed to Division C to see Heavy Group Therapy taking on Deny, Defend, Dehaka in a best-of-3 series. I don't know the results. If you know them in chat, don't share them. Let's all be excited and surprised together, except for those of you who already know, but we're taking a time machine, friends. Let's just be part of that experience together. A little bit about these two teams. Heavy Group Therapy, they're in their third season of NGS together, built around a three-player roster core of Uga, the Wangwin, and Bird, who've been together all three of those seasons and kind of shifted piece around them. Deny, Defend, Dehaka, they are a relatively new team, I think forming up last season as Die for Cats, but all of their players, longtime NGS veterans. I think the most junior has participated in 6 seasons of NGS, so most folks on that team have been in for about 15 seasons. So lots and lots of league play, if not all together. We can take a look at our battleground selection here before we get into Game 1. Game 1, we're headed to Battlefield of Eternity. We have map bans on Alterac Pass and Volskaya for Heavy Group Therapy, with Deny, Defend, Dehaka eliminating Cursed Hollow and Infernal Shrines. So, without any further ado, let's get into game number 1 and see how our teams fare. And we can introduce our teams here on the left in blue. We've got Heavy Group Therapy. Bird playing Li Ming, Morales NPC on Lucio, Uga playing Sonya, Teal on Johanna, and Xyun on Falstad. To the right in red, we've got Deny, Defend, Dehaka. Arrow on ETC, Whole Foods playing Blaze, Arthanau on Lunara, Lulu on Brightwing, and Warwolf playing Raynor. Taking a look at our level 1 talents as we get into the game. Nothing too surprising here. Lucio has opted for Party Mix, which maybe that's the standard. I don't actually know. Auto Attack Heal on Sonya, and it's a duo lane up here in top, Uga and Bird, putting pressure onto Whole Foods, while Deny, Defend, Dehaka send 4 down here in the bottom lane. Xyun looking to get auto attack stacks together off those minion deaths. Deny, Defend, Dehaka already doing a fair bit of damage on bot fort wall. We've got Prog Rock for Arrow on ETC, Executioner on Raynor, which makes a lot of sense. Perhaps one of the fastest racing auto attackers in the game with that talent. So with the hero advantage here in bot lane, Deny, Defend, Dehaka are going to start up this bottom camp. Heavy Group Therapy doing the same on the top side. Uga and Bird both taking care. So it's a even trade. Oh my gosh, so much damage onto the Johanna. Teal falling very low. Arrow trading much of their HP for that all near takedown. Of course, ETC has sustain of his own, where Johanna has to head all the way back to the Hall of Storms. This amped up siege camp in bot already getting through the front wall here. Whole Foods doing a little bit better in the D-push front. We'll see if our teams are going to be able to make it to the bruiser camps before the next objective, or first objective I should say. Warwolf taking a lot of damage to fort aggro with that armor shred contributing. On the top side, Arthanau rotates in to relieve Whole Foods, while Uga and Bird back up a bit. So a little bit of a push advantage for Deny, Defend, Dehaka, getting through a little bit of that bot fort. Both teams starting up their bruiser camp. Lulu alone on the Brightwing is not going to be able to get much done I don't think they'll die. Yeah, Warwolf rotates in just in time. I think Lulu's going to probably want to head back to the Hall of Storms, get a quick Hearth before the objective spawns. Level 4s on both sides. Zai's Vengeance. Nope, Triumvirate. Zai's Vengeance is level 7. I understand. Not too surprising. Subdue on Johanna. Oh my gosh, almost completing it right there. Oh my, the damage onto Raynor. Warwolf falls. There's a reset for Bird, but they're going to back up a little bit here. Arthanau on the top side getting a fair bit of poke damage onto the Immortal. They're going to do a lot of damage thanks to their level 4 Nature's Culling. And Deny Defend Dehaka are doing a great job zoning for the Lunara on the top side. Yoon, Teal, and Morales NPC chase down Lulu on the Brightwing. All the while, Uga on the top side has been working on the red team Immortal. We'll see if Deny Defend Dehaka are able to sneak back in here and finish off the race towards halftime. Looks like they'll just narrowly miss. Chalk that up to the damage over time effect. Deny Defend Dehaka have a fast racing composition, but they don't have too much in the way of Immortal defense. Blaze and ETC not the best at preventing the enemy team from hitting the Immortal. Teal, however, stayed in a little bit too long. It'll be another takedown, this time in favor of Deny Defend Dehaka. Arthanau chasing onto Uga here. Arrow, Whole Foods, and Arthanau all eating a big Arcane Orb from Bird on the Li Ming. But in the end, Heavy Group Therapy secure the first objective, as well as level 7s. Arthanau and Warwolf likely going to clean up this Immortal before it gets any serious damage done. Bird opting for Seeker at level 7. Deny Defend Dehaka with 7s of their own. And with Whole Foods on the Blaze opting for, oh, Arrow down to below half HP here. If they're not careful, a Seeker proc from Bird could be the end of this cow. Once again, 2 top for Heavy Group Therapy. Yoon and Uga gonna get through this wall, or I'm sorry, this whole fort. Whole Foods trying to get the jet propulsion to dissuade them from pushing further, but the retreat is already taken care of. 3v4, Heavy Group Therapy trying to get aggressive onto the bottom Khazra. In the end, Deny Defend Dehaka pick it up for themselves. I had started to say before we popped into top lane to see that fort go down that Whole Foods with suppressive fire at level 7 not going to help slow down the auto attack damage from Falstad when it comes to burning through Immortal HP, but if they're able to land those flame streams onto Bird, that should help take care of some of that Li Ming damage. Heavy Group Therapy have done a great job defending their bottom fort, still about 2/3 HP, while Uga pushes a catapult and siege camp into the top keep wall. Whole Foods playing it safe, gets a slow onto the Sonya. There's a jet propulsion connection. Arthanau is on the far flank. I don't know if they're going to be able to chase the Sonya down, however. There's another potential slow, but it does not connect. Yoon coming in to zone a little bit. Arthanau has to back off while Whole Foods deals with that top lane push. And Heroics now in favor of Heavy Group Therapy. We've got Wave of Force, High Five, Leap, Blessed Shield, and Gust. Oh my god, instantly blow up the Raynor. We can hear all of those Seeker procs, Bird landing true with the magic missiles. And so it is a fast halftime grab for Heavy Group Therapy. With their heavy 2-hero commitment to the top lane in the early going, they've gained a pretty sizable advantage on the battleground thus far. They're able to get this Bruiser camp pushing, which will work alongside their Immortal, kind of amplify that push just that bit more. Deny Defend Dehaka are taking advantage of Lulu's global presence on the Brightwing, pushing out that top lane. Just enough XP for them to pick up heroics of their own. We've got Bunker, Leaping Strikes, Blink Heal, Hyperion, and Arrow still holding their heroic. So we could see a stage dive. It is in fact stage dive. Immediate use of the Hyperion just to try and deal with this wave a little bit. Warwolf playing it safe on the backside of the fort. This fort not going to last any longer than it has to. Heavy Group Therapy pushing very efficiently. Uga takes a lot of damage, but they're able to kite out to safety. Keep Front Wall will take damage here. Whole Foods makes it out before the rotation from Heavy Group Therapy catches them. Bird, however, finds Whole Foods in the bush. Do they have a jet propulsion? They do, but they get an awkward... Oh, and there's the leap in. Uga. One more tower shot below 100 HP. Yoon peeling with the gust just in case. And so it's another takedown, 4-1 in favor of Heavy Group Therapy. Or Whole Foods. I think they might have been able to make it if they, rather than going to the bush, if they had just beelined it for their gate, but so it goes. Level 13's just around the corner for Heavy Group Therapy. Of course, it is a little bit of a tricky position for HGT to push at this point. Their distance to safety is extraordinarily long to both of their forts. So they do have the talent tier advantage, but it's a little bit of a needless risk to step too far forward. They've got Blessed Shield off cooldown, so they could look for the Rainer here. There's the leap onto Lulu. They get the cleanse, but it's not enough. They'll fall. Yoon hits the fly and the gust onto Arrow and Arthanau. Arthanau can leap over. Hyperion peppering everyone down. Yoon on full retreat, but they're making it. Bird hits the wave of force for one last push to get the rest of Heavy Group Therapy out. They secure another takedown. It's not much as far as experience is concerned, but it does keep Deny Defend Dehaka from getting a smooth rotation to this objective phase. Level 13's anything out of the ordinary. We've got a spin build for Uga, opting for Ruthless at level 13. Blessed Hammers, Frequent Flyers, the level 1. Sustained Winds is the level 13. So that's percent damage for Falstad. Arrow getting a quick slide onto Teal. They step forward with the Blessed Shield onto 2. Uga lands the leap. Arrow very low here. Stage dives in place. Arthanau trying to trade out with Yoon. Arrow getting one more slide onto the Falstad. Falstad will fall. Uga very low here. They're going to continue to spin, try and sustain through. Warwolf with the auto attacks will take them down. My computer having so much trouble getting through this replay. In the end, it's 2-1 in favor of Deny Defend Dehaka. Whole Foods going in once again with Jet Propulsion does not connect, however. Deny Defend Dehaka have found talent tier parity. Spell Shield for Arthanau. Encore for Arrow. Collision Course, of course, for Whole Foods. Dealing with so many mana problems on the Blaze. Pixie Powder. Looks like Deny Defend Dehaka will get through the objective. Lulu down below half. It's a little bit of a treacherous position with the Li Ming composition. There's the leap in onto 3. Warwolf fighting with Yoon on the bot side. Whole Foods doesn't have the bunker. There's another gust. Arrow stage dives to safety onto Yoon. Gets the trade. Does the phase shift go through? It does not. That's a reset for Bird on the Li Ming. Whole Foods very low here. One more Seeker might do it. Teal instead going to be the one to fall. So they trade up on takedowns and secure the Immortal in the top lane. A big momentum shift in favor of Deny Defend Dehaka. Just about 3/4 of the level behind now, but they've evened up on the hero takedown XP. So they just have to get these structures taken down, and they will be well on their way back into this game. One more attack from Belith. Takes down top fort. Deny Defend Dehaka will back up. Warwolf already in position to start up this siege camp. Without any support, they're going to back up, rejoin with Arrow, Arthanel, and friends. Heavy Group Therapy with level 16s trying to invade here. Whole Foods gets the scout out. Uga has leap available, but won't commit it there. Deny Defend Dehaka once again on an even talent tier. Fireflies for Bird on Li Ming, so magic missiles moving even faster than they once were, and reduces its cooldown. So kind of a shot or a machine gun build on these magic missiles. Not a bad pickup when you pair it with the level 7 Seeker. Potentially a lot of damage for this Li Ming player, up to 11 for Morales NPC. Huge gust flows Whole Foods back into the towers here. There's the leap. Lulu blinks to safety. Arrow dives back in. There's the power slide, but unstoppable from Morales NPC. Gets the worst of the CC avoided. Bird all the while sneaking this camp. So Deny Defend Dehaka in the end unable to steal away the mercenaries that they'd hoped for. Arrow in a lot of trouble. They get 2 takedowns, resets for Bird. Bird's chasing him down. Lulu very low here. Teal gets one more slow potentially, but they'll blink out. Lulu able to get one more blink to save themselves. Of course, top objective has been pushing this whole time. Another takedown, however, as well as this bottom siege camp with a catapult means that Heavy Group Therapy are going to finish off this bot keep before peeling back to the Immortal. I'd be surprised if they stepped up and looked for core. They do have their stun train available to them. Teal thinking about threatening to end. Seems like the rest of Heavy Group Therapy want to play it safe, draw back, and pick up that Immortal. So an aggressive play from Deny Defend Dehaka, trying to keep that momentum in their favor. Unfortunately, turns to ash in their mouth. They lose a keep as well as some heroes, and they are pretty far behind towards the Storm talent tier now as well. And Heavy Group Therapy at this point, I like what Yoon is doing, getting that side lane experience. The passive waiting game is in their favor. Deny Defend Dehaka are the ones who have to step up and make a move here, as catapults will push into them passively. They're playing it very defensively, however. Arrow with the global stage dive, going to continue soaking on the bot lane as well. Warwolf out without any sort of front line to protect them. Whole Foods getting a fair bit of poke, but no one's scouted this death bush in the top right for Heavy Group Therapy. Teal steps up, finds 2. There's the leap in. Bird immediately connects with the combo. They're very low. Arthanel traded a lot of damage onto them. Lulu blinks to safety. Teal trying to chase him down. Yoon in a lot of trouble. Arthanel still here. Lulu still kiting, but they'll fall eventually. Arthanel trades, but poorly at that. There's another takedown onto Arrow. Looks like Heavy Group Therapy are a little bit split on their decision making. In the end, they're going to head for the core. They don't think that Whole Foods alone can stave off this push. Bird and Yoon tear through core HP with their respective builds. If they focus up and put all their damage onto the structure, looks like they'll do just that. Core shielding is down below 40% now. Werewolf respawns, but it's a little bit too late. Heavy Group Therapy are definitely going to take it here. Last 5%, and that will do it. A 3-level lead and a Game 1 win for Heavy Group Therapy. GG and well played. So a lot of back and forth moments there. A close one, no doubt, but in the end, sorry about that, everyone. In the end, Heavy Group Therapy were able to take it. The resets that they set up for Bird really came in clutch. The damage and takedown count kind of reflects that. Johanna, second on their team with 43,000 hero damage. She's a tank, we promise. She's not a DPS, we swear. The nerfs were enough. On the other side, we can take a look at talents as well. We called out that Magic Missile build, Seeker, and Fireflies for Bird. Their accuracy was spot on. We saw some great cleanses with High Five from Morales NPC throughout. A couple interesting opportunities for stage dive. Unfortunately, the potential global play for both Brightwing and ETC just couldn't match with the time to kill that Heavy Group Therapy had. Once Teal and Uga kind of pulled the trigger on their heroics, it was game over for whoever they chose to click on. Even with a phase shift and a stage dive, they were just a little too slow compared to the heroics for Heavy Group Therapy. So an exciting game 1. We can head over to our battleground selection. Oh, I guess we'll do that. Fair enough. And update our scoreboard. It's a win for HGT. And we can see where we're headed for Game 2. For those who tuned in midway through Game 1, welcome. Happy to have you. We're taking a look at last week's match between Heavy Group Therapy and Deny Defend Dehaka. It looks like we are headed to Dragonshire for Game 2. Very cool. We'll get that replay loaded up. If you haven't already and you want to be notified next time we go live, feel free to follow the channel. Support is appreciated, but in the end, it's really just all for the glory of NGS that we're doing all this. You can also subscribe to the YouTube channel with !YouTube. That'll send you over, or YT. Both will send you over there. We're live sporadically. Yeah, that's as much as I can commit to, is sporadically. Sometimes it's midday, sometimes it's live in the evenings. So anytime you want to show up and join us, we're happy to have you here. All right, and it looks like our replay is all loaded. So you're good to go for Game 2. We'll see if Heavy Group Therapy are able to close it out in a 2-0, or if Triple D can take us to a Game 3 here as we get into our second replay of the afternoon. Moby1 on Dehaka, Bird on Chromie, Teal playing Johanna, Yoon on Greymane, and the Wangwin playing Lucio. And to the right, in red, Deny Defend Dehaka. Arrow on May, Lulu on Brightwing, Warwolf playing Vala. Warwolf playing Vala. That was quite a tongue twister for me, apparently. Arthanow on Zeratul, and Whole Foods playing Leoric. We can take a look at our level 1 talents. We saw the Time Walker's Pursuit there from Chromie, so able to reveal a spot on the battleground every 20 seconds? Every 25 seconds. A Q build for May, Arrow opting for Heavy Pack at level 1, trying to prevent Yoon's auto attack damage from getting out of control there. It's a lot of uptime on the Snowblind. So not too surprising to see that pickup with a Greymane on the other side. Deny Defend Dehaka are going to have to play it safe for a while here. Warwolf with the auto attack build. Getting some of these auto attack stacks in. Yoon, Dark Flight's in. Both Arthanau and Warwolf taking a lot of damage there, while Bird pushes out the bot lane. Not too surprising to see Arthanau playing on the top side. Mobi1 likely going to have plenty of rotations from the Zeratul, with Heavy Group Therapy already set up for their siege camp. Deny Defend Dehaka gets scouted out here. Teal just double checking to make sure they know where Lulu and Warwolf are after having dropped vision. Whole Foods in mid with Arthanau. Bit of a surprise to see Leoric make that rotation. I like what Mobi1's doing here on the top side, freezing that lane, trying to prevent Whole Foods from getting any easy experience, while the rest of Heavy Group Therapy set up for a push here. Wangwin and Yoon already here, ready to put pressure on Leoric while Mobi1 zones this mid turn-in point. 3-hero commitment from Triple D in bot lane, with Yoon and Wangwin still in top. Whole Foods is going to need a little bit of assistance if Deny Defend Dehaka want their offlaner to still hold on to their fort front wall. On the bot side, Bird having a much easier time dealing with that siege camp than Whole Foods will on the top side with this bruiser camp. Arthanau makes the rotation up here. With the phase shift in as well, it is a cleave build for Arthanau, so we can expect probably Void Prison. Great grab onto Warwolf from Mobi1. Connecting that drag. Warwolf takes so much damage. Hasn't lost any of their Gambit stacks just yet. Still looking for their first quest reward, coming in at 50 auto attacks landed on heroes. Arthanau trading with Mobi1 here. Mobi1 has sustain, whereas Arthanau does not yet. I don't think he gets healing until level 16. So, Heavy Group Therapy still committing pretty heavily to the top side. Wangwin and Yoon just camping on Whole Foods here. Leoric could fall. Great drag from Mobi1, and X-Yoon will finish it off. First blood going over to HGT, while Deny Defend Dehaka try and make the most of their power play here in bot lane. Get this bruiser camp pushed out. It's going to be a little bit of a slower push, I have to think. Whole Foods 3v1 in top still. Mobi1 doing a good job drawing the fort aggro. They've got the most sustain. They can hold on to this aggro as long as possible and preserve their minions as well as their Greymaine's HP. Checking in on bot side, Deny Defend Dehaka have gotten through the fort front wall. We've got level 7s on both sides, but that's top fort going down. Arrow continuing with that Snowblind build. So we've got Sylvanas at home with Slush Ball at level 4. Level 7s, anything of note. Death Dealer for Warwolf. It's a big power spike for auto attack build. Teal gets the subdue onto 2. There's the time loop onto Lulu. I don't think they're going to make it out, and that's going to be another takedown, 2-0 in favor of Heavy Group Therapy. Another subdue Brock. Warwolf isn't going to make it out. Oh no. Arrow trying to get in with the skating away armor, but unfortunately the slows from Chromie's level 7. It's not deep breathing. That's the level 1. Mobius loop. The damage and slow on those W hits doing so much to lock Warwolf down on the Vala. They lose their first Gambit stack. And that's a little bit... Oh, Arthanau chased down here again. Heavy Group Therapy on a tear, just about to secure their heroics. for the rest of the team, we of course have already seen Chromie's heroic with Time Loop. Arrow doing what they can to keep Bird from securing the first objective for Heavy Group Therapy, but they're pretty far ahead on the battleground. They're ahead on experience as well, thanks to all of those hero takedowns, of course, as well as some mercenary experience, passive and structure, yada yada. To their credit, Deny Defend Dehaka keeping this Ring Around the Rosie going very effectively. Here's the rotation in onto Warwolf and Arrow. Teal opts not to pull the trigger on the Blessed Shield. Instead, Arthanau's the one in trouble. That was the loop from Bird, so they're down one heroic on the side of Heavy Group Therapy. Yoon alone here, but they don't really have oh my gosh, the Ice Wall catches two. No Blizzard to follow it up. Bird, however, falls low. Warwolf catches him with the Rain of Vengeance. And so that's the first takedown for Deny Defend Dehaka. They're going to get another trade on the bot shrine. Yoon getting chased down here, and that'll be two quick takedowns in succession. Deny Defend Dehaka could step up and potentially put a lot of pressure onto this bottom fort. Warwolf putting most of the damage on the minion wave, so they're going to lose a little bit of the push, but I'm forgetting about Slush Ball, of course. Sylvanas at home will do a lot to help out here. On the top side, Moby1 playing it safe in a bush. We could see a Brush Stalk in, but it's not going to be in time to save that fort. Still a little bit of an experience lead for Deny Defend Dehaka. Takedowns still in their favor. We see pings going on in top lane. Arthanau and Lulu getting through this minion experience here in mid. Deny Defend Dehaka have not done much to get top lane evened out in their favor. Teal gets the first interrupt onto the channel of the objective. They'll get another one. On the top side, Moby1 and Whole Foods trading pretty aggressively with one another. Level 13s in favor of HGT now. There's the Brush Stalk in from Moby1. Arrow still has their Unstoppable, but they can't press it while they're silenced. This is a big problem for Arrow. They'll fall, as will Lulu. We don't see the Void Prison trigger pulled. Whole Foods gets the Entomb, but it's more for Peel than anything else. All right, that's going to buy Heavy Group Therapy the space they need on the battleground to flip both Sun and Moon Shrines. Arthanau gets one stall onto Teal, but with two showing in top lane, I don't think Johanna is too concerned. Yoon and Wangwin stealing away that siege camp. Arthanau pops the Void Prison for a quick escape. They mount up, but what a... Oh my gosh! The Dark Flight! Oh, what a funky interaction. Dark Flight out of the Void Prison, and so it's an easy chase down onto Arthanau. A bit of an unlucky interaction. Exyun in range here to step in the Dragon Knight. Instead, they're going to put the Wangwin in. Level 13s for Deny Defend Dehaka. Leoric opting for that Wraith Walk build with Ominous Wraith at level 13, giving damage reduction when connecting that Spooky Ghost with enemy heroes. That stolen siege camp got through half of the bot fort. Yoon, Bird, and Teal going to continue pushing here, while Moby1 and the DK try and get through this mid lane fort. There's another drag onto Arrow this time. Moby1's taken a lot of damage. They have to pop the Essence. I have to assume that this is going to be a takedown. Warwolf instead peels back with the rest of Heavy Group Therapy, getting the rotation in. The loop onto Lulu, as well as the Blessed Shield onto Arrow. Arthanau kicked away. Wangwin now out of the DK, can help heal up. Whole Foods eats, go for the throat. Arthanau, one more W from Bird would do it. Level 16s in favor of heavy group therapy now. And they're showing just how strong they can be. They have been in command for most of this game. Not too surprising after seeing how strong they were in game 1 of the series. Of course, Deny Defend Dehaka far from out of the race. Their composition scales very well. Zeratul in particular. Once they get to level 16, that's kind of when the hero is at his strongest. Spell Shield at 13, an interesting choice. I think it's a smart one, given how deadly Bird has been. Oh, there's the Blessed Shield. Oh, what a great silence! Warwolf falls again, another Gambit stack down. Arrow kind of caught in a rough spot here. There's the loop. They don't have their Unstoppable any longer, and so they'll fall. 11-2 in takedowns now. With a siege camp at their backs, heavy group therapy could try and get through this keep wall before those respawns come through. Chromie Greymane are both strong sieging heroes, so they might stick around, especially with that catapult on this wave. They could get a little bit of keep damage here. We'll see if they choose to do that or back up and play for the objectives. Yoon Darkflight's deep under both keeps. Arthanau getting a quick Q onto 2. I love what Bird is doing here with the time traps, preserving the push for as long as possible. It's a smart move. Ice Wall doesn't catch any. Teal very, very diligent in holding on to that Iron Skin cooldown. Moby-Wan steps onto the Sun Shrine in top with Teal on the Moon Shrine in bot. They know that with both objectives in their favor, heavy group therapy will pull Triple D to the mid lane, giving them a free grab here on the Bruiser camp. Moby-Wan falling very low here. They'll pop the Essence and make it out to safety. On the top side, Whole Foods flips the Sun Shrine once again in favor of Deny Defend Dehaka. Level 16s are now online. Lulu able to increase the kill pressure on all of heavy group therapy with Critterize, as well as Warwolf's percent damage with Manticore, and Arthanau's level 16 Void Slash. So, more damage and cooldown reduction. A lot of potential threat from Deny Defend Dehaka. They will continue to scale well. Leoric at level 20 gets another big talent with Buried Alive typically, but all of his 20s are pretty strong. Arrow finds Bird. Oh, what a great time stop. Arthanau looped now. Void Prison catches 2. Yoon rotates in. They catch the Chromie with the Entomb. Huge shield from Lucio protecting most. Moby-Wan in deep here. Arrow falling very low. They have their unstoppable heal. Arthanau very low. Whole Foods first to fall. Trade out for Lulu. Oh my gosh, it's 3-0 in the takedowns. Arthanau will take out one. Warwolf still alive here. I don't think they've got any serious chase. Teal stays mounted up, gets a slow onto Warwolf. Exune Darkflight's in, and that's another takedown. 5-hero wipe for Deny Defend Dehaka. What looked like a great engagement ended up going in favor of the blue team here. Teal taking a lot of damage from these keeps. Trading aggro with Moby-Wan. Whole Foods will be up shortly. It's another 3-level lead, however. The rest of the respawns still about 10 seconds out. I could see Deny Defend Dehaka make this defense, especially with how low they are. They don't have their healer up. Yoon chased off with the Wraith Strike. Moby-Wan very low. They're still in aggro range of the keep. Whole Foods has the Entomb. They could rip it here. I think they'd catch him. Oh, great interrupt. Ice Wall catches Moby-Wan, however. A time stop. Another keep. And, oh my gosh, 3v5. Lulu falls once again. There's Arrow going down. Whole Foods will fall as well. Ugh. Arsenal was cleaning in top after the keep went down. Teal's in position. They'll secure another Dragon Knight. This is going to be a really tough defense for Deny Defend Dehaka to make. I don't know if they'll manage it. We've got a catapult here in bot lane. Bird trying to escort that in alongside Mobi-Wan. There's a catapult in mid as well. Dragon Knight kicks away Warwolf. How many stacks have they made it up to? So 2 quest rewards here. Warwolf taking so much damage from Bird. There's the VP at 1%. Arthanau trying to preserve the core one last bit. Arthanau getting a couple more B steps in just for fun, but in the end, it's a 2-0 in favor of Heavy Group Therapy. GG and well played. That time stop from Bird to save the Dehaka, so clutch. Bird playing the Chromie extraordinarily well. We can check in on our builds once again. Deny Defend Dehaka, they were able to get to their level 16 power spike, but unfortunately, the early game pressure that Heavy Group Therapy applied, especially in that top lane, was enough to kind of carry them through to the end, along with some huge plays from both Mobi-Wan and Bird with their isolations and loops and time stops. Teal as well, playing very well on the Johanna. So GG's for Heavy Group Therapy. We can check in on our stats as well, see if there's anything too out of the ordinary. Nothing too surprising. Mobi-Wan with much more experience contributed than Whole Foods. I think we can chalk that one up to 0 deaths and being able to participate in far more takedowns. So in the end, it's a pretty clean 2-0 in favor of Heavy Group Therapy. Hard fought. Deny Defend Dehaka definitely had their moments to shine throughout the series. I have not updated the scoreboard. There we go. And so there it is. Deny Defend Dehaka, let's see, I haven't checked in on their position in the standings. Where are these two teams? I try not to check in case there are spoilers abound. Deny Defend Dehaka currently at 7th place with Heavy Group Therapy up in the 3rd place spot with 15 points. So just narrowly behind Zul'jin Distillery, Heavy Group Therapy seemingly having a really strong season thus far. Anything out of the ordinary? I think that's going to be about it. I'm going to sign off here. As mentioned, it was the only series not broadcast live or on a replay already. And I'll be out of town for the next week or so you won't see me for a while. But thank you, everyone, for tuning in for this midday replay broadcast. It's great to have you all here supporting these teams, as well as the league. If you're new to the channel and don't know about NGS, you can use !NGS in chat to find the website. It is the #1 amateur league for Heroes of the Storm in North America, as well as a great community. So come join us. We're lots of fun. Before I go, any other shout-outs to the NGS staff, of course, all the volunteers working very hard. It's completely volunteer run, so thank you to everyone who commits their time. And last but not least, to all of the artists, musicians, and programmers whose work I feature here on the stream. It wouldn't look or sound anywhere near as good without their contributions. You can find links to all of their work below, or coming up in a credit roll here after I skedaddle. It's all open source, Creative Commons licensed stuff, and it's all really cool. So if you enjoy it and want it in your next project, it could be yours for the low, low price of giving these fine folks credit. Until next time, good luck and have fun out there. Peace and love.